Hey friends, welcome to my page DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. We are halfway through our week. Yesterday was a very long day. So Miss Sophie got spayed yesterday and everything went well. And her scan of um her liver and her gallbladder, everything looked good. So I don't know, her numbers were off on her blood work, and that was just, maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe she just had an infection or something at that point, but everything looks good now. Nothing to be concerned, yay. She did have a small hernia. They fixed that at the same time. She got her spay done. She had hernia repair. She had her teeth cleaned and sealed. Yeah, so that's a good thing. I didn't know that they actually put sealant on dogs' teeth, just like they do with kids, that helps prevent cavities or prevents decay. I didn't know that was a thing in dogs. I guess I need to get all my dogs done. But yeah, that's new to me. So anyways, she is not feeling great. She sometimes dogs go through getting spayed and they act like nothing even happened. She's very mopey, and I know she's not feeling good. So I'm just keeping her with her medicine, making sure that I give it to her on time throughout the night. So I'm a little bit tired from being up during the night giving her medication, and then I couldn't go straight back to sleep. She's a little restless. I slept in the human dog bed with her on the living room floor just because I didn't want her jumping down and breaking a stitch open. I didn't even want her in with my husband and fighting with the other dogs if you know, in her sleep she rolled over on them. So anyway, she's doing good. She's out there sleeping still in the living room. I wanted to get her up to go out. She didn't even want to go out to go potty this morning. So she's a little loopy right now. I feel like I am too. And no, I didn't take any of her medicine. Anyways, guys, just great news. Great news. Everything came back good. If you're just hopping on her scan on her liver and her gallbladder. I didn't know they were going to do her liver too. So that's kind of concerning that I didn't know about that until I got there. So anyways, everything looked great. The doctor called me 3 different times yesterday to give me updates on everything, and just the best. I have the best vet. I do. I really do. So anyways, all right, guys, let's get started on this. We are going to make our cute little elf ornaments today. I'm going to look at comments in just a moment. So we're just so happy that she's home. My husband was so worried. He was sending me messages throughout the day asking if there's any update on little Miss Sophie. You know, and he's the one that rescued her. So it's just, he has a really close bond with her. Look how cute these are. So there's 2 tags, and then there's 2 arched ornaments. And here's what they're going to look like. And then you're going to get this little freebie too. So this is your freebie, but we're not, it's just a little sign. We're not doing it because it's basically the same as this. I don't think I need to do that one too. You guys can figure that one out. But aren't they cute? I'm going to do the ribbon different. I really didn't like how they turned out like that. It was hard, and it looks messy to me. So we're going to do it our standard way with jute and just a bow. Okay, so that's what you're going to get. I did make a mistake on the color sheet, so you're going to get the color sheet. So I put new leaf. It's not new leaf, but in my brain it was, because I have an old leaf green, old, and it looks different than this. And so when I type this in, I'm like, new leaf. Well, it's just leaf green. So read my mind. I don't always put the correct thing. And on the other one, on the sunflower one, I missed a color, but oh well, you know, I do the best I can do, guys. Let me put myself in the corner. Darlene, go to the corner, and let me go to comments. Sorry, it takes me a second here to get started, and I'm going to share this to VIP group. Gosh, guys, there was like, I wanted to tell you about a dog that was reunited after 6 years. Oh my goodness. I wanted to just let you know that you know, I never give up hope for finding Chloe. There was a dog recently that one of the rescuers um, helped. Okay, so up in LA area, there's this little Chihuahua, and a lady found it, and she asked this rescue to help. So this lady came and got it, and its nails were really long. And let me say hi to everybody first, and then we'll get started painting. I'll keep telling my story. Let me do this first. Sorry. Hi Laura. Hi Betty. Hi Janine. Good morning. I know, I'm so glad she's okay too. Hi Beth. Hi Bridget. Hi Sherry. Thank you. I meant to post. I was just so exhausted. I just was so tired yesterday, and I'm tired this morning. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Darlene Barr. Hi, Lori. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Doris. Hi, Stephanie. Good morning, guys. Okay, so let me get my board up here. I put new tape on this morning so that everything is going to work out just honky-dory. Anyway, so there's this dog, this little Chihuahua that was found up in the LA area, and a lady, Kathy Perez, she is known to help trap and to rescue dogs. So she took this little Chihuahua, and its nails were curled under. It was so bad. So she felt horrible for this dog, and she's like, okay, I'm going to take this dog and I'm going to get it better. And I don't know about returning it to the owner because they obviously haven't taken good care of it. And she posted about it, and the owner came to her door with the sheriff and said, that's my dog, you need to give it back. And she's like, I'm absolutely not giving back this dog until I take it to the vet. And they look at it, and it is evaluated because you obviously have not been taking care of this dog, which that's kind of a gutsy thing to do, to say, hey, you haven't been taking care of your dog. I'm just going to separate everything, try to get my colors and everything kind of together. But anyway, so she didn't give him back the dog. She kept the dog. And I don't know if she just had a gut feeling about this, or if she just was like, I'm not giving this dog back till I take it to the vet and I see what I can do for it. Its teeth were completely rotten. And this dog she could tell it wasn't an old dog. It was only about, they determined later it's 8 years old, which is still young for a small dog. So she's like, I'm not giving it back. And the sheriff said, well, I can't make you. I can't make you give it back. And the people did have pictures of them with the dog. And she's like, I'm taking it to the vet first. And so she took it to the vet, and they scanned it. She could scan it too because she has a microchip scanner. Anyways, they scanned it for a microchip and found out that it had been missing for 6 years. This dog that she refused to give back to these people had been missing for 6 years. So we don't know the story of when these people got this dog. Just trying to separate per thing. It's not always going to make sense here on my lines. But anyways, this dog was a dog that had been missing for 6 years. And so she was able to find the owner. And yesterday she reunited the owner whose child, the child has Tourette's, and this was their service dog. She reunited the dog with the owner because she said, heck no, I'm not giving this dog back until I take this dog to a vet and have it evaluated. Because she did that, this dog is now back with its real owner. Can you believe that? It just makes me so mad. It just makes me so mad because it makes me think about Chloe. You know, I don't want to wait 6 years. If she's still out there, I want her home now. But anyways, what a wonderful person to take that on and to be so ballsy. That's a good word for it. To just say, heck no, I'm not giving this dog back. You haven't treated this dog right. You're not getting this dog back. So anyways, and now it's back with its owner. But can you believe that? Okay, this might be a little tricky. I'm going to have to look at my cheat sheet for each line as I go because, you know, they're all different colors. So anyways, I'm so happy that this family now has their dog back because she refused to give it back to the owner. So there were, not just, the dog was skinny too. The dog had obviously not been fed properly, was very thin. She showed a picture of her giving it a bath, and you could see every single rib on this dog's body. So they obviously, the people that found it and kept it had not taken care of it. Now, we don't know the story. We don't know if these people got it from someone else, because we don't know if it was found and then sold, found and then given away. Anything could happen in 6 years, but isn't that a great story that this family now has their dog back? Anyways, I just thought that was good. I just wanted to share it with you because I love sharing success stories with you. There's not enough success stories in the world, especially about dog rescue. So anyways, while I was doing that. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Stephanie. How are you guys? Okay, got all my pieces on here. This is for all these ornaments. So see, I didn't have room to do the sign. You're going to get this sheet. So whenever I do the monthly kits, I do a sheet for you guys. This sheet tells you the colors. I'm going to go in there and change this to the correct color. It's not new leaf, it's leaf green. And you can substitute the colors. So aloe, I actually, I have another color here. I have desert green. It's really close to aloe. You can substitute whatever you want. Like, here I have aloe and I have desert green. I'm going to go ahead and use desert green, and we'll see how that goes. So feel free to change out any color that you want to. Okay, I do need to have this here somewhere. Maybe I can scooch these guys up. Roll up, roll them. How was your day yesterday? Did everybody get your order in that wanted to? Because there were a few items that were low on inventory. I did post. I got to the vet and I ordered in the parking lot. After I dropped Sophie off yesterday, I ordered from the parking lot because I didn't want to miss ordering. Okay, I got all my sponge brushes. I grabbed a whole bunch of them. Okay, and I have my little dauber for the cheekies. Okay, got it. Got enough, I think. I hope. Okay, got a paper towel to put all my brushes on over here. I'm so excited for the new stuff. You know what I forgot to talk about was, oops, the hair here. Let me get this off. The Tiffany collection, because that was available too. Okay, let's start this and we'll keep talking about things. Okay, so black for the background on him. So we're gonna start in the top corner and just go, hey Carrie, how are you? Hi Cheryl. Hi Pam. We're doing the ornaments, and there's a lot of pieces, so hopefully you guys can see everything. Whew. Yeah, there's a lot of pieces. Okay, so black would be this and this are black. That's the only thing that's black. Okay, here we go. Oh, the boy. Okay, Darlene, do the right one so that you don't have to change all the colors. That's always a problem. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. Sometimes I have to talk to myself. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I placed my order. I did get I did grab some extra of the football one because I have a feeling that there's going to be people out there that didn't get to order because they're waiting for payday, and that football one is going to sell out. We asked them if they would please reorder, because the football one that's the circle that goes on the 16-inch circle, that one I think it should be like all year long, things like that. Football is not just for a month. Football's a long season, so I kind of feel like it should be longer. Okay, the girl, this one's red. Okay, so I'm using a different red. I'm using Cinnamon Drop, and it's brand new, so I'm going to open it. Hi, Marilyn. How are you? It's going to be a challenge, all these pieces, and getting everything back. Okay, so I'm opening it. It is brand new. I haven't used it yet. Cinnamon Drop. Okay, so it's in, you can use Tuscan Red, but this was a suggested color, and I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Okay, so I'm going to put some here. I'm going to also put some in my little palette because there's other things that are going to be Cinnamon Drop. So if you're just hopping on, Sophie's surgery went well. and her scan of her gallbladder and her liver actually looked perfect. So they don't know why her numbers were off. They did do a urine test to see if maybe she has a, sorry, I'm looking to see on this one. There's nothing red that needs to be red over there. Over here, there's nothing else red. Okay, here on the boy, this one's red. Okay, that's red. Okay. And then the girl right here, this is red. Okay, and then the Merry Christmas is red. Okay, so we'll see if she has a bladder infection. That was the only thing that they thought, well, maybe she has a bladder infection. Maybe that's what's throwing all of the numbers on everything off. So they did a urine test. So I'll know that today. So hopefully it's just something simple like that. We aren't going to do more further testing because they're like, well, everything is looking really good. So I'm like, okay, we're just going to trust that everything's good. And she's not having any signs of anything. So, yeah, I think sometimes things just happen like that. Okay, next. This one is going to be white. Oh, both of these are white. Okay, let's do our white. So you got your order in. Was able to get some during the designer preview, but you did get a call. Yes. Yeah, I had to grab more too. But what I grabbed was I grabbed some to make a few kits. And there were some things that I just wanted two of because I didn't grab a whole bunch during designer preview. I grabbed two things to make kits, and then I grabbed my one of everything. So yesterday I got a couple more things to make kits. And then I hate it when they say, oh, this one's almost sold out. And then I know there's going to be people that are going to be sad if they don't get it. So I grabbed some of the football. I grabbed some of the apple, the candy apple, the caramel apple one too. I grabbed some of that. So I have extras of that. And then I got pumpkins for the pumpkins weren't available during our preview. So I got some pumpkins for my craft show because I always like to put those out. Okay, what else is white? Let me look. This is white. There's actually a lot of white. So I just have to go one by one. This is white. This is white, and then we do the stripes. Okay, so that's all for the boy. Okay, the girl. This is white. Okay, this part of the hat is white. And there's a pom-pom. Okay. All right. And then with the tag, this tag, that's the boy tag. This part's white. And this part's white. Okay. All right. And then with the girl, let's see. This part's white. And this part's white. And then on this tag, these are white. And the snowflakes are white. Okay. Sometimes I just have to talk it through. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all the white. I don't think I missed anything. Okay. All right. So anyways, what was your favorite thing in the order, guys? What are you so excited to get? Because there's just always things on there that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to make this. I started getting the cutouts done that go with the transfers. I'm behind. That's just my life. That's the story of my life. But I'll start getting some of them posted as I get them done. I don't have a helper to do that. Tara was gone all last week, so we're playing catch up this week, and I had the sale. That was more important to me than getting all of those cutouts done because we always can do that later. Okay, so this is actually desert cactus instead of aloe, so I'm just trying out a different color. And let's see that, and then on the girl, this part and her hat, and then on this tag, that part. Yeah, there's I'm just going one by one so that I make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, and then on this part, and then her hat, and then the little shoes. Okay, so a little bit more. So desert cactus, you could use aloe. You don't have to buy new paints, okay? You can use whatever you have on hand. Okay, next color. So this part is our darker green. This is our leaf green, not our new leaf, and this is a new bottle. I have an old one from years ago that is called that color, but it's actually different. You know, sometimes they change, or maybe they can't source the way that they made the color. so this is like a darker green. You could use dark Hauser or medium Hauser green if you wanted to. Let me just shake it really good because it's brand new. Has never been used. Okay. All right. So new leaf. Let me just scooch these guys up a little bit. New leaf. Okay. So it's a darker green. So you want to contrast. No matter what colors you use, just make sure you have a contrast. Okay, so this part is the darker green. Okay. And then also the holly leaf. We'll go back and we'll put the little red berries after. We're just going to do it the easy way and paint the whole thing on these holly leaves. We're going to paint the whole thing that color. Okay. And then it's kind of making sense that the ornaments and the tags are painted the same. Okay, there's that. And then I got sniffles this morning. Oh my goodness, guys. All right, and then this part here. Yep. Okay. All right. There's that. Okay. Woo. All right, let me grab something for my nose. The other day I had allergies so bad. I swear I laid down on the couch and I don't know what it is. I think it's my dogs are going outside and my neighbors will trim their weeds and everything goes through the fence and my dogs get all over them. And then I start having an issue from that. Okay, so warm beige for all the faces and the noses. Oops, there is a hair on that somehow. I see a hair. Probably my hair or dog hair. Oh, it's definitely my hair. Definitely my dog's hair is not that long. Okay, faces and noses. And then we'll do the bells and the hair. Okay, so all of my faces are warm beige. That's just a color that I use. You can use whatever color you want for the faces. Totally up to you. Some people like their faces a different color. This just is my go-to because it used to be flesh tone, but they changed the color. Okay. Hi, Roxanne. How are you? I am painting the ornaments this morning. Okay. Let's do the hair. So the hair on him on the boy is cinnamon stick. Okay. The girl hair is going to be marigold. Okay. So cinnamon stick. It's kind of a reddish brown. I like that color. I use that color for when I do St. Patrick's Day nomies. Okay, so his hair and then his hair. Okay, I think that's the only thing that is that color. Okay, we're gonna have to do second coats on everything. Okay, marigold, that will be the bell color and the hair color. What color is this? Oh, I missed that. So that's my light green. Okay. I'm like, what color is that one? Okay, so the hair and the bells, the girl's hair and the bells are the only thing left, and that's gonna be marigold. But you can use deep ochre, you can use antique gold, any of those yellows. Okay, you don't have to have exactly what I use. Okay, so that's just know that. Just know that you can do whatever colors you have. I don't want you to have to go out and buy brand new paint for every single project if you don't have that color. Just kind of look at it and it's like, okay, well, that color works. Okay, there's the hair. And then we're going to dry and we'll do our second coats. That wasn't terrible. It's a lot of different colors and a lot of little pieces, but it wasn't terrible. All right, here we go. I can't wait to see these. I have a lot of friends that love elves. And my daughter-in-law too. It's just one of her favorite things for Christmas is elves. All right. Whew, I'm starting to get ready for my upcoming craft show. So my craft show is at the end of this month in La Mesa, and it is time to start getting ready. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's already here. Okay, so black, I'm just going to go over this. Even though black usually covers in one coat, I just want a very solid coat on here. So just remember that videos on Facebook are only going to be there 30 days. You are going to be able to go over to my YouTube channel and you are going to be able to grab everything there in the future. Like if you don't paint this within 30 days, if you're just saving your kits and then you're going to paint at the end of the year, you're not going to find it on here. It's going to be over there on YouTube. Let me give you that link if it will let me. Sometimes my links don't work. Hi, Carol. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Okay, let me give you that link right here. So YouTube channel, you can watch this live. I do these. I stream to the YouTube channel at the same time as I'm here. So you can watch it from there. If you can't get onto Facebook, it's always over there. And you can do a search. So you could search, like if you didn't know, I usually will have in the name, I will have like, I have July Christmas kit hyphen or whatever that is. I think it's a hyphen. The line that's across, is that what it is? And I'll put elf ornaments. So I'll put a description. So you can always search by the description of the item, July Christmas kit. Oops, I missed that. I missed it. All right, not missed it. I got the edge of that. Okay. All right, next color, white. So I know, yeah, the fact that you have the pictures is pretty good. Some people need more. They want to work through it with me. Some people put me up on their TV and they paint along. So, but once you kind of get to know the style that I use and how I do everything, just knowing the colors really helps. And then some people just like to do, they just want the kit and they paint it in their own colors, you know. They don't want to follow what I do. And that's absolutely just fine. We are all the artists and we get to make those choices on what colors are we going to use and how are we going to paint it. You know, some people are going to do a lot of details. They're going to do a lot of shading. They're going to do all the tool painting that I used to do. I don't do it when I sell stuff because it just it's not cost effective for me to spend hours and hours on one project and then sell it for not as much as I should. Okay, so all the white, got that done. Next color, what's my next color? My light green. Okay, so I used desert cactus, but you can use aloe or any light green that you have. Totally up to you guys. Whatever you choose to do, it is up to you. Just getting second coats on everything, and then we'll start our details. What we have to do, candy cane stripes, and then we will be doing our cheekies and our eyeballs, and we will be doing, what will we be doing? We'll be doing the inking. Okay, so there we go. All right. And then our dark green, which is leaf green. All right. And these the little ball at the ends have yellow on them. So we'll go and do that. We'll do the red berries, There's still a little bit of detail, but we're getting the base coat. Base coat means the very first coat of paint. Oops, I got some grain on that. Base coating is the base coat. It's the first coat. So that's what that means. So it's getting the first coat of paint so that then you can do all of your details. So details are second because you can't do the details till you have your base coat. So details are the things like the cheekies, the eyes, the stripes, those type of things. And then the final is inking and then gluing. And then the ribbon and the jute. So there's a bunch of steps that we go through to do these. Once you kind of know what to do, it's just natural. It just comes easy. And putting it on this board is easy for me. I'm not holding each piece. I got over that so quickly. when we were doing ornaments by the 100 at a time for our craft shows and for doing wholesale, we would hold the ornaments in the very beginning, and I was like, there has to be an easier way. I've been doing it like this for 35 years plus, probably 37 years actually, and it just works. It's what works. Okay, let's dry. We got all our second coats on everything. Hi, Judy Kirk. How are you? We're doing elf ornaments. I know Belinda already commented on them when I posted my initial picture. See if I can. My white sometimes needs another little coat. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be tired today. I was up during the night with Sophie, making sure she got her medicine during the night. And also, she was a little restless. She slept with me on the floor in the human dog bed, so I'm a little tired today. I'm just glad to get it over with, and I never have to worry about her having puppies ever again. It's something I promised her when she was giving birth to the puppies. And she yelped really loud with one of the larger puppies. And I was like, I promise you will never have to go through this again. So, and it's expensive. It's not, I trust our vet. And so therefore I pay a little bit more than what I should. This little cheeky brush thing is kind of big. I'm gonna, you know what? I think I want a different one. That one's a little bit too big. Let me see if I have a different one. I might, oh yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm gonna use a smaller one. This one will work better. We gotta do cheekies and eyeballs. Okay, I'm gonna put some black in there. The cheeks, I'm gonna use vintage pink. I don't like to use red. I used red the other day for gingerbread cheeks, and I was like, oh, that's why I don't use it, because it's just too bright. Okay, so vintage pink for my cheekies. I'm going to find my paper towels are all gone, but I gotta have one in here somewhere. I have to grab one from my trash. My trash can has some. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take here, let me see if I can scooch this up just a little bit. I need some room here, and that is like in the way. Okay, I'm going to take my paper towel. I'm going to dip my it's a dauber. They're called daubers. These are from Michael's. Yeah, can't talk. Okay, and I stick it in there, and I kind of twist, and we're going to get our cheekies going on here. And I'm looking at my sample. So we're gonna do the mouths with our marker. I should have grabbed another marker. Oh, hang on one second, guys. I just need to text back she is doing great. Period. Thank you so much. The animal hospital, the vet clinic, just texted to find out how Sophie was doing. Okay. All right. That was nice for them to do that. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit on top of the nose. Just a touch, just a touch. I'm thinking I should do some on the ears, but now I'm gonna skip it. Okay, so I got the cheekies done. All right, now I'm gonna let's do eyeballs. Let me grab my stylus. And we'll do eyeballs. I have my stylus. I probably should do the eyelashes first. Where is I have two. Which one's gonna work? Let me see. Oh, that one works good. Okay, so I have two of my Identa pens. Okay, let's do, maybe I should dry that with the mouths so I can do the mouth and the eyelashes. There's eyelashes there. So on the girls, I want to do the mouth and the eyelashes. There's little teeny eyelashes, but I'm thinking I want to do the mouths. And you can see the line for it. Okay. And then I'll do the eyelashes before I put the dots down because it's going to be hard because they're not going to dry very fast. Okay, got my eyelashes. And we're going to do tiny eyes. And then we'll do the stripes on our candy cane. We'll ink everything. There's eyelashes. These are going to be so cute. I'm not going to have time probably to make more. Tara's not painting this week. She has a lot to do at home, so she's only doing her hours here. Okay, so let's do the eyeballs, and then I'm going to do the stripes on the candy cane, like the candy cane stripes on the hats, the sockies, and this right here. So eyeballs, guys. Dip your stylus into the paint, and there's your little eyeball. They're just small, okay? If you need big eyeballs on something, you can use the end of a paintbrush, the ones that are round. Some of the, like the cheaper paintbrushes, the ends are still round. Some of the other paintbrushes, they are like slanted on like at an angle on the end. Okay, look at how cute this is, guys. I can't wait till they're all done. All right. Okay, there's that. I do like to put a little white highlight on the cheeks, so we could do that right now. I'll use the other end, the small end of my stylus. I have some white right here. And I'm just going to put a little white highlight. I just put a little white dot on each of the cheekies. I usually aim for the top outside corner on that. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So next is our stripes on our candy cane. Okay. I don't have a tiny brush, but I think this will work. Okay. I've got this and this and this and my socks. So, all right. Hoping that works. I might just use the stylus on the socks because the stripe is really small. Yeah, the stripe is smaller. Okay. All right. So let's just start with this. An angle brush works good. I just didn't bring in, this is an angle brush, but it's not a tiny one. I just bought some new ones. They're in a bag. They're in a bag. Because after a while, your angle brushes, they either get all hard because you didn't wash them quick enough, like me. Or they just get worn out and the bristles start to kind of splay out so that they're not all together. And when you go to paint, they are not cooperating. So I'm just using both sides of it, going back and forth. Gonna get my stripes on here. I'm using cinnamon drop. So you can use Tuscan red. Whatever you have is fine, guys. Do not sweat the small stuff. And the small stuff is things like, oh, I don't have that paint color. I can't paint my project. No, just mix a color or use the colors that you have. Okay, there's that. Okay, now we're going to do the hats. So I'm just looking to see where the stripe starts. Okay, so the stripe starts at the top, right by where the little ball thing is. Okay, so I'm like turning it in circles. I'm going around and around, around and around and around we go. where we stop. Nobody knows. Here, should I go in a little bit closer? I'm afraid it'll go off the thing if I go too close. Okay. Just using like the side of the angle brush to get like in the areas where it's really narrow. Just kind of small little strokes. You don't want too much paint. You don't want to glob on your paint. You're better off doing 2 little light coats than doing a thick coat of paint. So I'm just kind of dabbing it on and smoothing it out. I'm not going to put 2 coats on this though. Sometimes I will on my candy cane things like these, but this one I'm not. Okay, there's that hat. I probably will have to put them back on in order to okay, I think this is a smaller one. We'll find out when we're doing things. Okay, maybe it doesn't go there. Let's put it up here. we have to dry these, and I don't want them like flying all over the place when I'm trying to dry it, because we know they will. We know things fly with that heat gun. Okay, why am I got this cough this morning? This stupid dry cough from probably all the dust that I stir up in here. This room is getting so much more bare. I do have about 4 people that haven't paid that are supposed to pay. And then I have 2 that we're waiting till they get paid, till their payday, which is absolutely fine. I always let people know that sometimes that happens, you're not going to have money until you get paid, right? So I will hold their order until then. But yeah, my shelves are looking good. I'm really excited to finally get my room organized again, because it got out of control with piles of stuff. And there were some treasures in those piles. There were some really good treasures of things. As you start to go through your stuff, you're like, I forgot I had this. Oh, I'll have to do this project, that type of thing. Okay, there's that. Now, I'm going to be really careful with these. I think I can just use the corner of the brush. I was doing pretty good with it. I just don't want to load up too much paint on it, and I have to be able to hold the edge so that it doesn't move. So, I don't know. It's working, but okay, yeah. So I'm just using the edge of it. Okay, there's one. Okay. And here's the other. So a lot of you guys are going to be getting these any day now. Tara and I have been cutting like crazy, getting all caught up on orders, because it did get a little bit behind when she was gone, because I do have my other job that I have to do. That's my full-time job. So I can't always keep up when she's not here. I'm like, you can't leave again. Okay, let's dry. And that's our only detail. No, it's not. I lied. We have to do red berries, and we have to do yellow dots on the end of some of those little things. So I lied. We're not done yet. But we're getting there. We are getting there. All right. So good thing is, if you can't watch, you can always go and watch the replay, and you can speed it up. You can go through this quickly so that you are not just sitting here watching me at regular speed. On the replay, you can speed it up. You can speed up, so I'm talking really fast. Okay. All right. So now we need red berries on these guys. Okay. So I actually need yellow up here, but let's do the red berries first. Let's do all the red berries. I think I'll bring these down because that'll be easier. So those, and then on these. So there's going to be yellow on those. There's red berries on here. I'm just doing a dot, and then I'm just making it a little bit bigger. So this is on all the little holly leaves. There's little red berries. Yippers. Okay. Okay. I saw the update this morning on Texas, and it was over, I think it was 150 confirmed dead now. It's so sad. I mean, I'm praying so hard that they find some more people alive. It's just been such a heartbreak for that whole area there. So keep praying, guys. I know it's been a while now, but there could be people that are trapped somewhere that we don't know about. So that's what I'm praying for, is that we find someone that's been trapped like in a faraway cabin and they didn't have cell service, and you know, all of that. Okay, yellow. Let's do our little yellow dots on all of these guys. I just can't even imagine the community. It's just got to be, and the rescuers, it's got to be horrible when they come upon, you know, the deceased. It's really just got to be so difficult. Okay, this is gonna be hard to move this. I'm like, where do I touch and not touch? Okay, I'm gonna put there, and then I carefully do that. Okay, more yellow on here. All right. How's your day going, guys? What do you have going on today? Anyone have anything fun that I would be jealous of? Okay, all our little yellow dots. That was easy. That's just with the end of the stylus. And then now we have the elf shoes. So you can just do little teeny ones on there. These are those little boots. I just have work today. I have a lot of work. And getting things ready for the craft show, just getting all my ducks in a row, and then getting the next one, all the ducks in a row. It's a never-ending process. Okay, let's dry all of that, and then we can start inking. There's a lot of inking, but it will go quickly, I promise. And if you can't stay and watch the whole thing, that's okay. I never feel bad, because sometimes you can't stay for the whole thing because you got other things in your life going on. I'm just here to help you and teach you and show you the ways, and to work through all of my issues that I have. This is my therapy, guys. You guys are the solution to my problems in life. I lean on you guys. My day is always so much better when I get to spend it with you guys. Okay. It's starting to raise up, and I'm just going to tap them back down. I know Miss Judy's going through all of her stuff. She's going through her Santa stash and is parting with some of them. That's a hard thing to do after collecting for so many years, to part with some of your stuff. Okay, I think we're ready. I think we're ready. Okay, now we can start inking all the edges. Riadosa, oh my gosh, I saw that too. It is heartbreaking. Yeah, New Mexico, it's terrible. Okay, I'm going to move this because I'm probably going to make a mess with it. I actually have been to Riadosa, and it's a beautiful area. And the biggest problem was that there's only one way out of that town. I was talking to Tara about that because, you know, she grew up in New Mexico. I have Q-tips. I need to do along the elf face, so I'll need that when it's time for that. Yeah, she grew up in New Mexico. Went to high school there. All of her family's still there. I think I'm just gonna take off the pieces and be. Wonder if I should scooch this up. There's more room. I worry because sometimes there's paint on the other side. Yeah, it is truly a heartbreak what's going on over there. It really is it's terrible. They had major flooding a couple of years ago, and it's happening again. It's really hard to see those things. It's such a beautiful area. You know, I lived in Rio Rancho, New Mexico for a few years. Yep. And you know, sometimes I'm like, I wish we never moved, but because we just lived in the house up the street. So we lived up the street, but everything happens for a reason. We moved for a reason. I know that God put us over there, and I wouldn't have my amazing daughter-in-law in my life if we hadn't moved, because my son wouldn't have met her. So at least that's the way that I feel. So yeah, we lived in Rio Rancho. We tried to get out and do things, and go and see things as much as we could. I had severe allergies out there. Didn't realize I was allergic to sagebrush. That was when I first found out that I was anaphylactic allergic to sagebrush. Not fun. Okay, I'm going to do along the face because it's got his little ears, got his little elf ears. I'm just going to continue the face so that you can, so those little ears kind of stick out. And just kind of do a little bit of highlight right in there. Actually, I don't like the way that looked, so I'm going to take the highlight out of the center of the ear, but doing along the face. Yeah, New Mexico is an interesting place to live. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, looking at Chicago also had a flash flood. Chicago had a flash flood? Oh my goodness, I didn't see that. Sorry, oops. as I'm coughing. I did not see that Chicago had a flash flood. Holy cow, that's crazy. I had no idea. Wow. See, I don't watch the news, so I don't see everything. I actually I don't watch TV. Okay, my husband just said that Sophie did get up with him this morning and ate a piece of lunch meat, so that was good. I did know that she crawled out of bed and went out there, so that's a good thing. I didn't let her go in and sleep with him last night because I was afraid that maybe there'd be a little scuffle with the dogs if she rolled over in her sleep, and I didn't want her stitches breaking from jumping off the bed. I know I shouldn't worry so much, but she's my baby. She's my baby. There's a lot of inking, guys. Just bear with me. Bear with me as we do this. So, you know, I'm looking at my calendar. I don't have anything coming up for a while. I do have in at the end of September. I think it's the end of September. It might be like, maybe not, maybe the first part of October. It's somewhere coming up. I have my Diva Day. So Chocolate Tour is planning that, which is going to be fun. I don't have any idea what we're going to do, but they are treating me to a special day for hitting my $1 million, which is crazy. Crazy pants. I guess it's a big deal. I guess it's a big deal when you do that. So, yeah, so I'll be having a Diva Day. I'll be letting y'all know when that's going to happen and where we're going to go. So kind of exciting. And then, oh, exciting news in August with the launch. We have our next Peanuts launch coming in August. So that's our next biggie. Can't wait to get my stuff for my order that I ordered yesterday because the Tiffany collection wasn't available to us when we were able to do our pre-order. We were only able to order the regular line. So we did get 2 Tiffany transfers at Leadership. So I didn't order those because I was like, well, I don't need to order those. So that'll be coming. I'll be getting that. And then the pumpkins weren't available, so I got the pumpkins. Those are going to be, I love making the jack-o'-lanterns for the craft shows. They just turn out so cute. And I still have some of my glow-in-the-dark chalk paste. I think it still works. I'll have to check it out. Oh, yesterday evening around 8 p.m. is when it happened. Oh, that's so crazy. Yeah, I really wasn't online. I was taking care of Sophie, and I fell asleep. She and I fell asleep. We were just kind of exhausted. You know, it's an exhausting day when you're waiting for news and all of that stuff. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to keep these in a pile as I go. Oh, did you see that? His nose jumped. I grabbed it though. I grabbed it right as I was going over the edge. Okay. All right. I can go a little bit smaller so you can see the whole thing. Sorry, Charlie. Boy, these allergies are going to kill me this year. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I didn't take my allergy medicine yet. I have it in with my vitamins. so that I make sure that I get it every day. And I was so tired, and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't refilled my vitamin thing, that my weekly thing, since I got back from Africa. I had not been taking my vitamins. I'm like, maybe that's why I'm so tired, because my iron pills, my vitamin B, my vitamin D, my folic acid, none of that. It's like, why, Darlene? That happens. I'll sit there. I have 3 of the weekly vitamin things, because I don't have medication except for the blood thinners, and that I can't put in that because I have to take it at night. But I had not refilled my vitamins little weekly thing, and that's probably part of the reason why I've been tired, is because I'm not getting all of the nutrients. My body doesn't store iron like everybody else's. I don't know if it has to do with not having my spleen, but I always have to take extra iron. I always have. I get anemic, and I'm thinking maybe that's why I was so tired. When Tara was gone, I was like exceptionally tired. All right, we're almost there, and then gluing together will go pretty quickly. Yeah, it will. And then we'll do the bows. I won't make you stay for all of it. I can do some of that. I'll just do one, and then oh, guess what? There's like a little thing on the end. Let me grab there on the end of the toes. Should have been yellow. Let me get that paint, and we'll get that done. You won something yesterday. Yes. Your information, okay, so yes, I do know which ID. It's on your account, and I can send it to you if you can't find it. Yeah. So if you log into your Chocator account like you're going to place an order, and you go to your profile, it'll have your number. That's what she's that's what she's asking for, is that. So it was in Design Studio. I saw that. Yep, that's the number that she wants. That's exciting. Yay. We love free stuff. I'm glad that they do that. That's really fun. I was watching. I'm like, yay. Okay, I got the little bells on the toes. I don't want to put too much on there. Maybe I got too much. Take some of that off. Okay. All right. We're getting there, guys. Sorry. Told you there's a lot of pieces. I'll be moving this out of the way. We'll scooch things up so that you can see better. I'm almost to the end. No, you can win. You don't have to be a designer to it. Okay, I'm not going to do those. It was for anybody. It was not just for designers. It was for anybody that was watching, because on Design Studios, it's for Perks members and for designers. So yeah, it's not just designers anymore on Design Studio. If you're a Perks member, you can be on Design Studio, and you get to see all of the cool stuff, and you get to submit if you want to submit any of your projects. Yeah, it's not. Oh, I forgot to do along the faces on the elves. Yeah, you absolutely were eligible for that. Yep. So you just go into your login like you're going to place an order, and then go to your profile, and there will be a number there. And if you can't find it, I have it on my list. So I can easily find it for you. All right. Almost time to glue. Sorry. It's my life. It's my life. Okay, getting the edge of that. I just use Q-tips for that part. Okay, got my glue, and then for teeny tiny pieces, I'm going to need a sponge. Okay, so I'm going to get a little thing to put, and I've used this one, so I'm going to cut the end off, and I don't see scissors, so I'm just going to tear it. My scissors are somewhere. Who knows where they are? Okay, let's start over here on this side. Let's start with the very first one, our little boy elf. And I can see where some of this has to go, so I'm going to just lay down some glue and start gluing pieces on there where it goes. All right. So this is where making sure that you have the right hat. So keeping them all in a row like that was good because I made sure that I had all the pieces where they go. See how easy it is to put it together when you have it all together? Okay, all right, that goes there. And then, okay, this goes over the top of that. Look how cute this is. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, then there's a little nose. I got some green on that. It's okay. I'll go back and I'll fix that. Okay, I'm going to make sure it's all smushed down to the bottom because it's supposed to be level with the bottom. Okay, and then there's a nose and there's my nose. That's my allergy. Oh my goodness. It's not a cold because the cold would have stopped by now. Oh, we didn't put glue here. I put the sponge, but I didn't put the glue. Okay, then we have this, and that's the bell. Okay, the little bell goes there. We have the nose, and we have the holly leaf. Look how cute these are, guys. These are so adorable. Little nose, got your nose. And then the holly leaf is going to go over to this side. I always put it on the left side. And and if you want to go back and put, you know how we do the little white lines? You can do that, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to put polka dots or anything like that. I'm going to, in the essence of time, we're just going to do this. But you can see on here that there's little polka dots. Okay, so there's little polka dots. I'm not going to do that right now because there's not time. I'll do that later. Okay, so oops, guess what? Guess what? It's leaking off of here. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get that off of there. I'm finger painting with glue. Find it. Yeah. It decided to all of a sudden splurt out. Okay, let's do this. Oh my goodness, guys. It's just my life. It's my life. Okay. All right, so this goes here. And then then let's start at the top. Where's her hat? Her hat is solid. It is this one here. And then we have this. And then this is her hair. And oops. Wrong face. I'm like, that is not the right face. There's the right face. And then we have this, and then we have hair on the sides. One right there and one right here. Okay. Okay. And then we have the nose. And this little thing up here, we have kind of like the collar. I guess that's what you want to call that. We have the little pom-pom at the top. Just turn it until it lines up. Might take a few turns till it all lines up. Okay, there we go. Okay, we have our holly leaf that goes up here on the corner. Okay, got that. Got the nose. Got your nose. Okay. It goes right in there. These are looking so cute, guys. Oh my goodness, how adorable. Okay, next. Next. I can go in closer for you guys. A little bit. A little bit. There we go. I'll just make sure I scooch that up. Okay, take everything off. Put some glue down. It just makes it easier. I can see where it goes because it's scored. Okay, then I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to build my elf. Build an elf. And I have a little circle up there, but I can't really put the glue up there. Yeah. Kind of like build a monster. Remember the transfer? Build a princess. There's the older transfers that they had. And all those fun ones. We've been asking them to bring back that stuff. Okay. They might. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe someday. Okay. We have that, and we have the little circle at the top. Okay. And then the bell. And then the holly leaf. And then the nose. Okay. So they're coming together fairly quickly, huh? And then we'll do the bow on one of them, and then I will let you guys go. You don't have to watch me for the whole thing. It's a lot. It's a big project. Okay, next. Let me just scooch these guys over. You're next in line. Little Elfie. Elfette. Okay. They're so adorable. I love stuff like this. See, that's why I can create Christmas year round, because it's just so much fun and so cute. Oh my goodness. Yep. I just love making stuff. And I'm glad that people like buying it, because it would really suck if I made stuff and nobody bought it. Yeah, that would be sad. I would be sad because I would just be donating it. I have a friend that's making stuff for Halloween and wants to put it in the craft show, and I was like, well, if you don't sell it, then you can at least donate it to Children's Hospital, right? He's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea, just in case, you never know. You never know. Okay. So we do have these, we put these in bags, so each individual one. So if you're concerned that you're going to not be able to figure out each one, each individual ornament is in its own bag. We don't just throw them all into one thing and say, go at it. We try to make it easy for you guys so that you know what goes with what. So we do the sorting. We do the sorting for you. And then the whole kit is in a bigger bag. So we'll do individual bags, and then everything, all of these in a bag with the ribbon and all of that stuff. Okay, let's do the top part. I'm going to use my sponge. It's easier to use the sponge on this and just put a little bit. You don't have to cover the whole thing. Okay? It just needs to have some here and there so that it stays on there. And there we go. And then we have the two snowflakes. Oh, my air is coming on. It must be going to be a hot day. My air conditioning is coming on already this morning. Okay, there's that. Okay, whoops. It's stuck to my finger. Hello. Okay, and then we have our elf shoes down here. Let's get some glue on for those. All right, so we have the shoes, then we have the legs. I think they're both equal. I don't think there's a right and a left, but just like that. And then we have this part, like the cuff of the shoes. Is that what that is? Like the little fringy stuff. Oh, what happened? Oh, there's like a little piece there. Okay. And then the little round circle at the top. Okay, and then I'll show you how to do one of these. I'm not going to make you sit and wait for the whole thing. Let me wipe this off because it has stuff all over it. If I just close it and it has glue all over the top, it's going to glue it to itself, and I don't want that to happen. So make sure you're wiping it before you put the lid on. Okay, aren't they so cute? They are just so adorable. All right, I have my ribbon and I have my jute. Okay, so these guys are still drying. We'll just move that. Okay, everything looks good. They're so cute. Let's do this one. All right, so I look at my cheat sheet and see how it has ribbon at the top. To me, that looks messy. Okay, so I'm not going to do it like that. I'm going to do jute at the top. I like to be consistent with my ornaments that I do, and I do use jute a lot because it works for me, and I want all of them to look very similar. Okay. Like, did it move? Make sure it's still lined up because I did move it over. Okay, so fold your jute in half. Find the center, pinch it, put it through that little hole, open up the hole and grab the tails and pull them through. And then it's going to look like that, like it has a cross hatch thing there. You're going to tie this. I like it to hang a certain length. I'm searching for my scissors. I know I used them over there. Hang on 2 seconds. I used it to open boxes over here. So it's going to be somewhere. I found them. Okay. When I was opening up all the 16-inch round boxes for you guys for the orders. Okay. All right, I like it to be a certain length. And then we're using the green. So we're using the green on this. So I know that we're using the green because I looked at my sample picture. All right, so now if you want to do all the polka dots, you can. I would suggest doing the polka dots before you do your bows. So I'll probably stop and do all my little polka dots. See how it has dots on them? See how it has the little polka dots? I'll go back and do that. I'm just not going to make you guys sit here and wait for me to do that. So I'll glue my bow on, but you guys should do your polka dots before you glue on the bow. Okay, got my bow. And then I'm going to check and make sure it's the right size. It's a little bit big. Gonna resize it. Gonna make sure just a little bit smaller. I just kind of tie a bow. Like I'm good at tying bows though. I have to say, I'm a good bow tire. Okay. All right, and I have my hot glue gun plugged in. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of hot glue right up here, and then we're gonna glue this on. And then I'll go back and I'll do all my polka dots later. And I just use the stylus, and all my polka dots are in white. These do not have polka dots, but all these have white polka dots on them. Okay, so just a little bit of hot glue right there. Okay, and then I'll just take my bow and I just press the bow down into there. Don't put your finger in the glue, and then he's all done. Isn't that cute? I love that. I think that's super cute, just like that. You made the 2 sizes door rounds. Oh yeah, nice. Fun. I love that. They're so much fun. So much fun to do. Okay, guys. All right, so we're done for now. I'll go ahead and I'll do all the little polka dots, and I'll finish them all up, but I'm not going to make you sit here and wait. All right, thanks for being here, guys. This was a lot of fun. I love creating with you, and they all turned out so cute. I don't even know which is my favorite. I love the little boy elf so much. I don't know why. I just think he's so cute. He just makes me happy. He just makes me happy. All right. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. We will do a chocolate tour project tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday already. Holy cow, this week is flying by. So hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm so glad that Sophie's doing good. I'm going to go back out there. I'll probably cuddle with her for a little while. It's almost time for her medicine at 8 o'clock. So what time is it now? That's another reason why I need to end. It's 8 o'clock. So it is time for her medicine. I'll go give her a medicine, and then I'll come back in and do my polka dots. All right, guys. I love you guys. I will see you. Let me see. Oh, I need to give you the link. Let me give you the link really quick. An elf tree. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Roxanne, I'll go back and I'll look. Yeah, I think I do have a message. Yesterday was a little bit crazy. Let me give you the link for this really quick. So let me give you the link for this collection. I'll just give you the link for all of the Christmas collection. Actually, you know what? I'll give you this link. July. There we go. Okay, let me give you that link. Yeah, an elf tree would be really cute. I don't know if I have time to do a whole bunch of elves, but that would be really cute. Okay, there's the link. Okay, you got it. Sorry, guys. All right, I love you. I hope you love the Elfie. I'll get the rest done. Gonna go give Miss